We live. Yo, yo, yo. What's good, YouTube?
Straight from the lion's den. Your host.
You're now tuned in
You are now tuned into
to the realest show on YouTube.
Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? Welcome to the Real Pressure Podcast. I got my brother with me, man. Go ahead, Hustleman 3.0. You already know. If you don't know, check him out on YouTube. Let him know a little bit about yourself, bro.
Work, 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 baby. The process of repeat. You understand what I'm saying? Simple as that. Tap in, but just don't tap out. You know what I'm saying? We need y'all to come on and get to understanding what we do. You know what I mean? Simple as that. Hustleman 3.0 on YouTube, man. I see it, LC square.
Yes, sir. Giving it to you real, man. Realest podcast. Nah, let me stop. But hey, if y'all get with your boys, man, tune in. That's what it do. For real. But today we got a little movie for y'all, so y'all might want to stay until the end because it get real juicy. Man. We talking about Shedeur Sanders. Man, the controversy surrounding him right now, all this drama. Bro, he slid. Like I knew he was gonna slide, but the Steelers, bro, dumb as hell for not taking the door 21st. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad at that, no lie. I'm very upset. Talking about fighting man. For real, for real. So the Steelers got me pissed off on that one. But that's neither here nor there. Back to what we were saying. He slid, man. It was crazy. I knew he was gonna slide in the draft. Didn't know he was gonna slide that far. What 144th pick in round 5. You know what I'm saying? I really think he's a talented quarterback, so it was crazy how he slid. But I do think he kind of cocky. I think he conceded, bro. No lie. Being born in that money, being born up under his dad, Shedeur Sanders. I don't know how that uh, may have caused the effects that it had
Man,
on.
royalty is spoilty.
Say it again, bro.
Royalty means spoilty.
For real. You know what I'm saying?
It's really not funny, but you know.
And I don't know if I'm using the right word, but he feel like it's supposed to be given to him just because of who his dad is. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying?
feels entitled.
Do you know who my dad is? Do you know
He has a
this?
sense of entitlement.
You know
He
what I'm
definitely
saying?
has that.
And I
And let me
heard
tell y'all something. Let me take real quick. I don't really have a dog in this fight. I don't really watch sports, y'all. Let's let it be known. I am just here on what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, right? And I just want to see and learn with you guys exactly what KT is putting down when it comes to this man's son and his entitlement. I just seen a little bit of clips behind the scenes, and let me tell you something. He definitely seems like a little entitled, spoiled
what
guy
you call it?
because he's not a baby anymore.
Snowflake. Ain't that what it is? Snowflake. He was born in the money. But like I seen him a little interview he had. I think they was just doing like a little IRL stream or something. He like, man, look at what I wake up to every day. Look at this lifestyle. You think I'm mad at anything somebody got to say? It's just like, dang, bro, we understand, but you ain't gotta be so conceited. Like you ain't gotta like you was born in the money at the end of the day. And then I heard that his interviews when he went to go visit these teams like New York and visit the Steelers, visit all these places, like the interviews, he was being rude in the interviews, cocky in the interviews. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody willing to put up with that. Like you deserve. Like we need you. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the
Yeah.
day, from what I remember, all these kids growing up wanting to be in the NFL, so they need the NFL. At the end of the day, you going through all this intense training, NFL combine, everything you done been through to get here, and you gonna act like You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be handed to you no matter what. Like these teams need you, bro. It's crazy. But
Right.
I do want to get into this prank call, bro. I just kind of learned this. That there was a prank call even during the draft on draft day or draft night, whatever it may have been. I thought that was kind of crazy. So let's just get right into it. Then we're gonna talk more on, you know what I'm saying, the entitlement, why the teams may have, you know what I'm saying, pushed back in the draft on Shedeur, you know what I'm saying, stayed away from Shedeur. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into all that after the video. Let's go ahead.
I'm sure you saw the shocking video over the weekend of Shedeur Sanders being prank called. The callers posing as the Saints general manager, leading Shedeur to believe that he would be drafted by the Saints. Well, it turns out one of the kids involved is the son of Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich. The Falcons confirming today that Jax Ulbrich came across the contact information on his father's unlocked iPad. Jeff Ulbrich did not know about any of this until the prank call came to light. The Falcons have apologized to Shedeur and his family. The Falcons went on to say, we have also been in contact with the NFL and will continue to cooperate fully with any inquiries we may receive from the NFL League office. We are thoroughly reviewing all protocols and updating if necessary to help prevent an incident like this from happening again. Now, Jax actually released
got massively trolled
this afternoon. He says he called Shedeur on Sunday to apologize. Jax also says what he did was completely inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful. He says he's sorry he took away from Shedeur's moment and that it was selfish and childish. Sanders was eventually drafted by the Browns in the 5th round on Saturday. And in case you're wondering, the Falcons are not scheduled to face the Browns this season.
He got massively trolled, and somebody made a lot of money off of that one. They made a lot of freaking money off that one. I wish we had that footage first. You know what I'm talking about? I wish we
know
had that
what you're
footage
talking
first.
about.
Wow.
That's crazy, bro. No lie. What you think about that? What's your thoughts?
Well, I thought he got massively trolled. They caught his ass slipping because they knew that he was an entitled little brat, right? So they wanted to give him a taste of his own medicine because he act like he couldn't be touched. He act like, you know, he was bulletproof. Bullets just bounced off of him like rubber beans. So you know what? They penetrated him. And now he's crying about it. We all see he's crying. We all see that.
But he kind of done it like, so with my whole thing with the online media, the streaming, being able to, like, because he's going live at this moment. You know what I'm saying? So there's people out there can see him. It used to be moments to where, like, you didn't have to worry about people streaming on draft night at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Or being on Twitch while you on draft night. Then looking like a fool at that because you ain't get drafted to, what, 144th pick, which is crazy. Then you got people trolling on top of that. So I feel like he set himself up with the social media. Social media is another big problem with these NFL stars. Like, they need to just go ahead and just, everything need to be focused on their career, bro. They need to stop focusing.
I mean, I don't know too much about the sports thing, but I can tell you this. He definitely shows, my first impression of him is he's entitled, and we're gonna see how this plays out.
Yeah, it's the fame too. I think the fame is getting to him. You think
Got
so?
to.
It's got to him. Because if you got to be doing this 24/7 everywhere, you know what I'm saying? 24/7 everywhere you go, like people like the coach son is gonna be there looking too. He gonna be able to troll you at any moment, anytime. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just think that was crazy, and for the coach to be able to have that type of information unlocked on his iPad is even more crazy. So I don't know, that whole situation.
Bananas.
Whole situation is wild. I think
The light skinned guy that was there, that was the pops, and that was the son, the fat dude, the black dude, and the light skinned dude that we just seen. That was the coach and the one that made the prank call.
Yeah, I believe the white guy.
He looked like a light skinned half breed.
I don't know, may have been. I just know the coach was white. He looked like he Italian or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the coach's son was the big black kid that was there, or no, they was just showing the coach. They wasn't showing his son. That's what I'm asking. Like,
Yeah, they're just showing the coach. Pretty sure they're not gonna put his son on there. I think he's the kid probably only what 14, 15
Oh,
at the
okay.
most. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
another
we had
way.
a real young troll in effect
Yeah, you got
doing
all
what he
these kids
does.
watching Twitch while you twitching your draft night live, which I don't even know if he got drafted on that night, but it's good that the Browns came and picked him up. But I don't even think that's good, bro. Like the Browns, I know you don't know much about sports, but you have the Browns,
So out
even
of all
the
of this, he did get a deal. He did leave with a deal out of all of this, or what?
he did leave with a deal. He got drafted to the Browns, but they didn't even pick him up on the first or second round. They skipped him on the first round. You know what I'm saying? Which was crazy to me. They get to the third round, they pick him up, I think 144. But it still shows, even though they picked you up, it still shows like, I don't know, they didn't really want you. Like so many teams passed up on you. And is it because he's cocky? Is it because of his attitude? Is it because he seems like he can he's uncoachable maybe? Only his dad can coach him. It's a whole bunch of questions that could be asked, a whole bunch of questions that could be added on that, but you know what I'm saying? You never know. But I don't know. Here go the actual video of it happening on the Twitch live. So let's just go ahead and get right into the actual film. Watch it.
Know how to walk right now?
Trey.
Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah.
How are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
It's been lagging like hell, bro.
No, for sure.
Why don't you get up and stand right here?
They say nothing there.
What's up with that lag?
Bro, this joint got a bad leg. I don't know if that's me or the video.
What do you say?
I don't know.
How you gonna
That's the video. 'Cause I see the red line moving smooth.
Good, been waiting on you.
It's like,
No, for sure.
Why don't you get up and stand right here?
They say nothing there.
bro, that's gotta feel so crazy. That's gotta feel so weird. Yo, hit that like
What do you say?
I don't know.
Y'all drop a
How you
comment on how you feel about it.
You heard that?
I hate how the video look, but we can kind of see what happened in the situation. But, bro, that's crazy. That's
Yeah, we gotta
wild.
find a better video.
If you ain't trying to change the franchise or the coach, it don't give me. So you should know history.
You see, it's not our
over.
equipment.
And I've done it over and over and over. So it should be no question why NFL franchise should pick.
See, he
You
is
think I'm worried about what
comfortable
critics
with the
say, what people
process
gotta
of
say?
repeat.
You know who my
See
dad
how he
is?
broke that
They
down.
hated on him too. Critics say what
He
people
understands
gotta
the
say.
process of repeat.
You know who
Maybe
my
that's why
dad
he's
is?
cocky. Maybe he's
They hated
confident.
on
I'm
him
not
too.
sure.
So it's like it's almost no.
Honestly, if you in here right now, we're going to continue watching the video. But I want to know how some of y'all feel. You in here right now because you seen the video, you seen the thumbnail. How you feel about the Shedeur Sanders situation, if you know anything about it.
Normal. Without
Go ahead
people
and
hating,
drop
it's not
something
normal
down
for
in
us.
the comments. Let
So
me know
we like diversity.
go ahead
We
and get
like
on some more
everything that comes with the name. That's why we are who we are.
You know what? I think it's unfair for me to comment in I guess maybe on behalf of the industry. All I can say is this, the time that we spent with Shedeur, and what he's done throughout his college career is impressive. He's an impressive young man. He's a
I got a real bad echo, bro. You think you can fix it on your ear?
he's a really good quarterback. Sometimes fit comes into play, and I'd also say this: there are 4 more rounds of the draft.
Okay, what's up, guys? So the NFL draft concluded with day 2, and after 3 rounds, the biggest talk in Green Bay has been Shedeur Sanders, as the QB prospect has yet to be drafted. To make matters worse, every team that could have used a quarterback, such as the Steelers,
we all know he got drafted. He got drafted to the Browns, bro, which is crazy.
Saints, and possibly the Raiders all passed up on Shedeur multiple times, and even
everybody passed up on this man. I don't know. So all I can think about is definitely is his attitude, definitely is his demeanor, his the cockiness. You know what I'm saying? It's all of it. That's what I feel like. There's no reason he should have been. He should have slid that much. I can understand sliding in the draft, but that much is wow.
Some drafting other QBs instead. A
We
total of
already
5
know where he
QBs have so
landed,
far
but
been
this is
selected, and
before,
so
you know.
this doesn't really bode well for Shedeur, as he's most likely to go undrafted. This is a guy who many had as a top 3 QB in the 2025 class. Some even had him falling in the last couple weeks leading up to the draft due to character issues. Many teams believe he just had too much baggage because of his father and just a whole media circus that would follow him around if he were to be drafted. Hence, there were a ton of reaction from former and current players and media personalities, and I'm going to start with what Stephen A said following the conclusion of day 2 of the draft. Smith went on Twitter and tweeted, "Someone just texted me this, and they are absolutely correct. This is a bad look for the NFL. It feels like
It's bugging to me. These guys are athletes. They call them. They chase around these balls.
And watch as
You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit crazy, gang.
What has been done to Shedeur will outshine everything else in this draft. We'll never believe this is just about talent evaluation again." So some critical words coming from Stephen A, and I get his frustration. I could understand the kid not getting drafted in the first round, but for Shedeur not getting drafted in the first 3 rounds, while a combined total 5 QBs get selected ahead of him, isn't a good look. I mean, you literally had draft analysts grading him as a top 3 QB, and at worst, a 2nd round pick.
To listen to something that was sent to me on Instagram. Chat, y'all stay with me real quick and just listen to me very, very closely. What we are witnessing once again is the machinery of a system.
I wonder what he thinks about Uncle Shay Shay right about now. For real, for real.
Free.
I really wonder what he thinks.
Much less than a free black family. The NFL, with all its pageantry and power, finds itself uncomfortable, even threatened, when the likes of the Sanders family walk into a room, not asking for a seat at the table, but daring to bring their own. Deion, Shedeur, this family has refused to shrink to fit the confines laid out for them. And so the machine does what it has always done. It seeks to diminish, to distort, to remind them and us that there is still a place for black folk, and it's not at the head of the table.
So what do you think about what Chad's saying? Chad Ochocinco, you think they trying to put a black man in his place, still show him who's who's boss? Is it like, does it got something to do with race? What's going on? Hey, everybody in the chat, man, hit the like button.
I don't know. I think he's mixing it in. I'm not sure if it's actually current what he's talking about.
You say you're not sure it's current?
No.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think
it's
he's
current.
just talking, trying to make up some mumbo jumbo.
You ain't thinking it's the GMs and the, you know what I'm saying, the owners letting them know, like, you know what I'm saying, we ain't gonna take all that buffoonery over here, that cockiness, that, you know what I'm saying, putting black boy in this place, not even black boy.
Is it about football or is it personal? The NFL should be ashamed because I don't know what you want to call.
And that's what I'm saying too. It feels more personal because if you knew about Shedeur, you knew what type of player he is. Like I'm telling you, because I know you don't know a lot about him. He's a great athlete. You know what I'm saying? Should have came third in the draft.
Get it, but
it's like you knowing who's the best, but since you don't like how he came at you earlier, like you know he could whoop everybody in this 10-man lineup, but you pick him 9th because you mad at it. It's crazy, bro.
Call this.
You gotta call it what it is.
Shedeur and his father got blackballed, or if you want to call it whiteballed, call it whiteballed. Whatever it was, they got balled out. They got voted out. It's like a secret memo was distributed. Don't take him. Let's teach him a lesson. Let's teach Deion.
Like what he said, like what Skip said right now. It's like he came in here all cocky. Somebody wrote a memo. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, say I mess with you, right? Or how they blackballed me. You know what I'm talking about too. Like how I got blackballed, how I got threw out or something. Like somebody write a memo, not even a memo, just say it over the video on live. Like, don't mess with this person. If you mess with this person, I'm not such and such and such and such. And you know how many people in that type of industry got favor for a favor, like they owe them up for a favor, like, or you can get blackmailed real quick. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you don't do what I tell you to do, some can happen. Bro, 144th, a dude that was supposed to come at least top 5, top 3. You know what I'm saying? Me, period, like I'll say top 5, top 6. I seen him in the top 10. If they didn't go top 10, I at least seen the Steelers picking them up at 21. When he went all the way to 144, bro, you got to think about that, bro. That's almost like getting picked last. And ain't no telling like how he feel about all these teams that passed him up. But just let you know, Steelers, we ain't worried about how he feel. We still gonna whoop on the Browns. And that's another thing. He went to the boo-boo Browns, bro. I'm gonna just keep it real. The boo-boo Browns. Should that be something that he's happy about? Like, you had the opportunity to go to better teams. All these great teams still passed you up, G. It's crazy. Like, I can see you getting picked in the top 10, and it's not a lot of good teams that pick early. But to get passed up later in the draft by all these better teams too, like that needs.
So you telling me he got picked up by the piece of shit teams right now? So he must feel absolutely stupid after he just got trolled thinking he was going to the good guys, but he actually going to the piece of shit. I mean, am I getting it correctly?
At least with the Saints, because he got trolled by they said that he was gonna go to the New Orleans Saints. He was getting trolled by the Falcons coach son though. So it's crazy how it all worked out. But yeah, the Saints would have been a way better pick than the Browns, especially with the lineup, to me. At least I don't know. Saints would have definitely been a better team. I just don't see him turning that franchise, Cleveland franchise around. Like, it's gonna be one of those moments where he get out there like Johnny Manziel. And I know you don't know much about him neither, but he was another great kind of college quarterback, bro. Coming out of college, supposed to be an NFL superstar. Get to the NFL, I think he went to the Browns too. Womp, womp, womp. Boo-boo, like straight trash, bro. So, straight trash. That's another thing, like I hope him the best, but I think that going to the Browns is not a good fit for him. I don't think that's a team that builds quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, quarterbacks go there and their career ends up ruined from then on out. You gotta look at Watson, Johnny Manziel. You know what I'm saying? They just had even though Jameis went to the Giants, he was still boo-boo me. Yeah, boo-boo me with the Browns. I don't care. Like, the Browns haven't had a good quarterback since Flacco. I don't know. Some of y'all might get mad at me on that one. And I don't get, but hey, for real. But let's go ahead and get it in more.
On a lesson. You can't act like that. It's got to be personal because it cannot be about football. If we're just doing football, and my friend Mel Kiper has been doing this almost as long as I have. If we're doing football, Mel Kiper, who's no fool, had Shedeur Sanders ranked 5th overall on his big board, one notch ahead of Cam Ward.
I had him 6th.
I had him first.
I had him 6th.
So if it's not football, what is it? Are there racial undertones here? Racist undertones? You be the judge. Racism is so hard to sort of grasp and prove. And
thank you, Skip. Thank you. Thank you, Skip. I think he just gained a point for me for that. You know what I'm saying? At least he being real.
But it just stinks. It smells of racist undertones, of too many white people in charge in this league who just roll their eyes at both father and son at Colorado. I think it's personal because I think they said, we're going to teach Dion a lesson because you can't have a DJ in the locker room before games and at halftime. I think they said, let's teach the father a lesson that you can't let the kid make $3 million a year in college football and drive 3 or 4 different exotic cars and drape himself with all kinds of NFL-style high-pick jewelry, superstar jewelry.
You got a point there. He spoiled him,
Can't
man.
let him
He spoiled
tap his
him,
watch.
gang.
It's my time.
Damn.
Spending more time editing than streaming? There's a better way. Editing can be the most frustrating part.
I'm still one of those guys.
Shedeur Sanders not getting drafted in the first 3 rounds is disgusting. Let's talk about what it means. I've never been a Sanders, but I've been a backup quarterback in the National Football League. More than the pride being hurt, the opportunity has now been hurt. When you're a backup quarterback, you are much more easily discarded. If you're going to get drafted in the 4th round or later, you are being drafted to be a backup. Think about the quarterbacks drafted after the 3rd round that are currently starting or potentially have the opportunity to start. Dak Prescott, he only started because Tony Romo got hurt. Kirk Cousins, he only started because Robert Griffin got hurt. Brock Purdy, he only started because Trey Lance got hurt. Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. If you get drafted after the 3rd round, you do not have an opportunity to start, barring an unforeseen injury. So even more than Shedeur's pride might be hurt, Dion's pride might be hurt, the opportunities are squandered. And most importantly, bro, they discard you quickly in the 4th round. Like, if you're not good as a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick, you on practice squad or you cut. 1st round pick, if you're not good, you got year after year after year. You have a much longer leash. Bro, this is not good for Shedeur, man. Like, I've never been a Sanders. I've been a backup, and I've been friends with backups. This not good, man. It's not good.
Yo, I'm on my way home to go shoot an emergency podcast because Shedeur Sanders should not have fallen out of the first 3 rounds of the NFL draft. And there's a lot of people out there who are saying that, you know, he needed to be humbled. Shedeur Sanders didn't need to be humbled. He's already humble. His confidence should not shake you or make you uncomfortable. It didn't make you uncomfortable when Joe Burrow was confident. It didn't make you uncomfortable when Baker Mayfield was confident. It doesn't make you uncomfortable when another quarterback whose last name isn't Sanders walks around and feels that they can be a franchise quarterback because their tape says they can. Shedeur Sanders' talent, his tape, and his pedigree is what gets some guys opportunities in the NFL that maybe they haven't earned. He earned this opportunity, and it's absolutely ridiculous that he's fallen out of the first 3 rounds of the draft. I'll see you guys soon on Out of Pocket with RJ.
That's the same thing I'm saying, though. He definitely earned this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't just something that was given to him, even on the fact of who his father is. We just got to be real. You know, he went through the struggles. He took the sacks. He took the hits. He's been out there practicing. He played with multiple coaches other than his dad, and his dad made sure of that coming up younger. You know, I think it's definitely a lot, bro, with them holding off on him on the draft and then going in the draft where he went. It's like you just still questioning. Even if will he start for the Browns? I'm pretty sure because I don't think the Browns has a quarterback. But at the same time, if he doesn't start, that'd be the bigger question. Like, man, I'm scared for my guy, bro. So, you got anything you want to say?
Just listen and learn. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Okay, with what Ocho said, I saw a lot of the discussion going around on Twitter, and there's a big camp that believes the NFL is trying to make an example out of Prime and Shedeur by humbling both of them. I'm going to pull up a tweet that I saw on my timeline. One guy tweeted, "What's going on with Shedeur is pure racism, and you're not going to change my mind. You don't go from a top 5 pick to not being drafted in the first 2 rounds other than owners trying to humble a kid who is unapologetically confident in his abilities." Basically, a lot of people in support of Shedeur called out the league and owners for trying to make an example of the kid, and while I did look at the other comments from the opposite side, they mainly said Shedeur had too much of a chip on his shoulder, refusing to go to the combine and refusing to play for 12 of the 32 teams, and just basically stuff like that. They also said Shedeur didn't interview well and that he was probably at best a 2nd round pick, but
Oh, okay. I never knew he was like refusing to go see teams. That's crazy. Like when you deny a NFL squad, like you know how many young men out there would take any opportunity to be in the NFL on any team, no matter where it's located, like just to get in the door. Sometimes even on the practice squad. You know how many guys wouldn't pass up that opportunity, and for you to be, I don't even know what word am I looking for? For you to feel, damn, I'm so high, bro.
Entitled.
Yeah, thank you. For you to feel entitled to the point where you deny teams that's reaching out to you, like 12 teams at that, like, nah, I ain't coming to talk to y'all. Like, I ain't fucking with y'all. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. If that is true, this is allegedly. I'm just hearing this myself. So if that is true, allegedly, man. But
it's true. We can see his movements and check his temperature from a mile away, and it's true. Real.
And that's crazy. Like, cause my boy, you know what I'm saying? Hustleman, he don't know much about. We gonna start getting into this more, so don't even worry about that. But he know about life. He a real nigga at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Real, recognize real. So for him to peep that out and just now seeing this like I am, but I've been around it. I've been hearing about Shedeur, knowing things a little bit. But for him to peep that out is crazy. So something's got to be true about something. Yeah.
Something just ain't right.
Is it the attitude? People would say it's probably built around racism. I don't think so. I don't think so. But what's crazy is like his
I don't even
dad
understand
said
why
some
they
of the
even
same
start talking
things.
this racism shit. Like that don't even make sense to me. Racism, what?
Yeah,
I don't see it yet, but you never know.
You never know what's behind the scenes. Hey, but that's all I got for today, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm probably finna check in on my boy live. So hey, if he do go live, so y'all come check in with us. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. If you tune in late, man, hit me with a comment. I promise I'll get back to you.
Yeah, hit the like button with a comment.
You know what I'm saying? I want to know what you got to say. And I appreciate you tuning in to the Real Pressure Podcast with your boy KTTV1, and you got your man's The Hustleman.
3.0 at the end, motherfuckers.
Don't forget the 3, the point, and the O game. Hey, all love, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.